something in the water.
No, there's just something in the fucking water.
So I've just been to see Alien Romulus at the cinema. I was highly looking forward to this. I'm a huge fan of the Alien franchise, particularly Alien from 1979 and Aliens from 1986. Since then we've had a plethora of sequels and spin-offs to this franchise. Some have hit, some have missed, and I'm here to share my thoughts today on Alien Romulus. So this 2024 edition to the Alien saga is directed by Fede Alvarez, and he directed the recent Evil Dead remake, which there was a lot of fans of, not particularly for myself. It was lacking Ash, that's all I can say. Evil Dead, I expect Ash, and nothing short of Ash will do me when it comes to Evil Dead. But I did respect and admire the work that he put into that film. I could see that he had some skills, he knew his topic. It's just that that film wasn't for me. Alien Romulus, what do I think of that? Where does it lie within the overall franchise for me? Well, that's what I'm here to discuss, and I'm going to lay down why I think what I think, because I went in very excited because there was a lot of hype on this, and I came out more than a little bit disappointed. Now I know this is going to make me a little bit unpopular in some circles. That's fine.
Are you crazy? Is that your problem?
At the end of the day, this is just my opinion, and I feel like I want to express my opinion. We're not paid on this channel for reviews, we're not sponsored by anybody, so it's just a hobby and a way to get your thoughts and document them out there. And you know, one day I'll look back and see, and in those days ahead of me, who knows, I might disagree with me now. But for me now, Alien Romulus didn't quite live up to the hype. Let's start at the beginning though. You know, this story is about a group of workers working on a planet for the Whaling Corporation, mining, and they hear about a ship that's been abandoned, or there's a station up in space nearby. They're thinking that they can get into some of the cryogenic pods and get away to a different planet where conditions will be better for them. That's a basic quick spin on your synopsis. I'm not going to go any further than that. I do not want to ruin this film. I hate it when people ruin films for cinema goers that have yet to see the movie, so please bear this in mind when you comment below. Do not comment any spoilers, they will be removed as soon as I see them. Have a little thought for the other viewers, and that would be greatly appreciated.
I am the law!
The world building at the beginning of the film is very, very good. You've got a kind of a real industrial feel on that planet, and I'm getting pangs of Blade Runner amongst other things, and even a feel of like 2000 AD sort of dark, gritty sci-fi stories. I like that. That's pretty good. And the whole setup from them getting off the planet, even when they're getting off the planet, it's absolutely fantastically done. You know, really can feel the space flight, and I feel there's some attention to detail there that has been lacking in some sci-fi films before. And also the computer equipment in this, I just like to say that the screens, the monitors, the keyboards, they're very much in more of a matching with the original Alien, which I like, because although I'm a real big fan of Prometheus, the technology in that looks so much more advanced than Alien, which was supposed to come afterwards. And I know it's because those ships are owned by a multi-billion zillionaire Whaling Corporation, but dialing it back to this story and this group of people, this is probably what they've got access to, and it fits really well. And the build-up is brilliant. Where it gets let down for me is when things start kicking off, when we go into the horror movie territory of this film. And one of the things I dislike in horror movies is when we get cheap scares. And when I say cheap scares, what I mean is jump scares that just scare you by making a loud bang. I find that very cheap and unnecessary, and there are quite a few of those in this film. Granted, there is some tension there, so you're already a little ill at ease, so when they do give you those bangs, you probably jump a bit more than you normally would. but I like mine to be earned a little bit more than that. The ideas that come at us within the horror of this movie and the actual aliens themselves didn't really bring anything new to the table for me. When I look at this film and we get to the alien type stuff, the nitty gritty, is there anything there that I haven't seen before? And for me, it's a simple answer: no. Nearly everything in this film at that point I have seen somewhere in the Alien franchise before. I've either seen it in Alien, Aliens, Prometheus, Alien Resurrection. A big mix of all those ideas can be found in this film, with a slight slant on maybe. Maybe they think it's better in this. I'm not so sure it is. For me, I would have the first 4 Alien films, including Resurrection and Alien 3, above this one, and Prometheus and Covenant as well. That sounds pretty damning, but I do like all of those films, and I like this one too, and I hope on subsequent watches I might gain a little more enjoyment. But one of the other things that I find a little bit off-putting is the cast. They are so young in this. With the story they're telling, like they're desperate to get off this planet, I would have thought that if you had an older cast that had been working and slaving away year after year, then that might have made it a little bit more credible, the desperation to get off the planet and the lengths that they may be willing to go to get off. I might have bought that a little more than some 20-somethings trying to get off the planet because they think they've got a hard life. They probably do, but it just doesn't resonate with me as well as what it would do with a more mature cast, a more grizzled cast. That being said, the 2 main leads in this, Kayleen Spaney and David Johnson, they are absolutely fantastic. Kayleen plays Rain, and she has an android with her played by David, who is called Andy. The relationship between Kayleen and Andy is very sweet. It's something slightly different there. We've not kind of had this kind of human-android interaction, so points for that, and I did like that. And those 2 particularly are standouts. Their acting is very good in this film. The rest of the cast, they didn't do a bad job, they just didn't stand out to me. And I also like to make a little note about the script. It's nice sometimes to have references or slight nod of the head, but this was right on the nose in this film. There was points where I was praying, please do not say that line. I knew what was going to come before it was actually spoken, and then when it was spoken, it just took me straight out of the film, and that's hard for me to deal with. I mean, I want to be sold on it, I want to be invested in that universe. If I get dragged out of the film by some clumsy script writing, that is hard for me to cope with. Other people, you know, especially if they're less familiar with the franchise, may find it great, you know, be interesting. Put your views in the comments, you know, if you enjoyed this a lot more than me. I want to hear about it. I hope people do enjoy this a lot more than me, because I hope that we get more Alien films going forward, as I'm such a huge lover of the franchise. But that is my opinion, and that's all I had to say. I went to see it. I did quite enjoy it. I love seeing Alien films at the cinema. The music's good, the cinematography's good. The time went by pretty fast, so that's got to be a good thing. But I was mulling over all those points when I came out of the cinema. I will give this a 6 out of 10 for me. If you've been to see it or you're going to see it, please drop your scores below, and I'd be grateful to hear what you all think. Well, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.